Hello, welcome everyone. In today's session, we will describe about MELAS. It is mitochondrial myopathy, encephalopathy, lactic acidosis, and stroke-like manifestation. So, before discussing MELAS, we have to discuss about mitochondrial genome. So, as we all know, mitochondria play a key role in energy production. It is important for the oxidative phosphorylation. Now, as we see in this picture, human mitochondrial DNA is a double-stranded circular molecule. So, it is a double-stranded circular molecule. It comprises total 16,569 base pairs, and this mitochondrial genome encodes for 22 tRNA, 2 rRNA, and 13 polypeptide of respiratory chain enzymes. Now, this is the basic understanding of the mitochondrial genome. Now, we have to know what is the inheritance of such mitochondrial genome and also the mitochondrial diseases. Now, the DNA of the mitochondria is directly inherited from the cytoplasm of the gametes, mainly from the oocyte. That is why these mitochondrial diseases are of maternal inheritance. As we found in this picture, here is affected mother have all affected child, but if the mother is unaffected, then all her child will be normal. If affected father cannot produce affected sons. Okay, so this is maternal inheritance. Now, there are numerous diseases which is responsible in mitochondrial diseases, various mitochondrial diseases. Now, for today's discussion, we will discuss about MELAS. It is type of a encephalomyopathy. Before that, we have to know that this mitochondrial myopathies, based on the clinical manifestation, they fall into three groups. One is known as the chronic progressive external ophthalmoplegia, or CPEO. Chronic progressive external ophthalmoplegia. Other is skeletal muscle CNS syndrome. And last is pure myopathy. Now, under this CPEO, there are mainly two diseases. One is known as the Kearns-Sayre syndrome, and other is progressive external ophthalmoplegia, or PEO. Now, under skeletal muscle CNS syndrome, there are again two diseases. One is our MELAS, and other is Marf syndrome. What is Marf syndrome? It is myoclonic epilepsy with ragged red fibers. Myoclonic epilepsy with ragged red fiber. And this pure myopathy syndrome sometimes mimics the dystrophic myopathies, and also the metabolic myopathies. Now let us discuss the proper MELAs. Now MELA is the most common mitochondrial encephalomyopathy. Most common mitochondrial encephalomyopathy, and is a very important topic for all the competitive examinations like NEET PG or INI CET. So the as we discussed previously, MELAs is due to maternally inherited point mutation. Maternally inherited point mutation. The most common mutation is A3243 gene at tRNA. This is the most common mutation. Also, in some patient, there is also mitochondrial DNA polypeptide coding gene mutation. Polypeptide coding gene mutation like ND5 subunit of complex 1 of PTC. Okay, so this is the most common encephalomyopathy, maternally inherited point mutation in A3243G tRNA gene, and also some mitochondrial DNA polypeptide coding chain mutation also seen. Now come to the clinical features. Now the onset of these MELAs is typically before 20 years of age, and as we know from the abbreviation, the most common presentation is generally seizure. It can be GTCS, can be focal, and so it is the first recognizable sign of the disease. So it is the first recognizable sign of the disease, and other manifestation is like hemianopia, hemiparesis, cortical blindness. These are also seen. Now a patient of less than 40 years with stroke like manifestation, if come to the emergency, then this mitochondrial encephalomyopathy places high in the differential diagnosis. Okay, there is also some associated other symptoms like diabetes mellitus, hearing loss, hypothyroidism, and most importantly, these MELAs ultimately can lead into a potential fatal outcome, that is dementia. MELAs can lead to dementia also. Now there is also some important laboratory findings. So as we know from the abbreviation, MELAs is associated with increased lactic acid level and also increased CSF protein, but this protein increase is less than 1 gram per liter. And the most importantly, the muscle biopsy shows the red ragged fibers. and neuroimaging, it shows basal ganglia calcification and focal lesion that mimics acute infarction in occipital and parietal lobe. So like this in picture, that is the basal ganglia calcification, and this is showing focal lesions in parietal lobe, occipitoparietal lobe. And this is a picture of muscle biopsy showing rack direct fibers. And there is no approved treatment for Miller's. There is only supportive treatment is necessary. For seizure, like we can use phenytoin, or in acute presentation we can also use benzodiazepines, and also other treatment for other endocrinopathies and stroke like episodes necessary. Thank you.